Hello everyone, how are you doing and what have you been up to? New topic today. Have you ever looked at something and thought, I wonder how long that is, or how tall that thing is, or how far it is from there to here? Well, let's grab those questions by the horns. You usually ask how long something is when it is something that is flat, like the surface of your desk or your ruler or your stationery, for example. When you ask how tall something is, you want to know how far it stretches into the sky, like how tall a building is or a mountain. You might even want to know how tall you are. You have probably asked yourselves, how far have you traveled from your house to the school? Maybe you have taken part in a race at school and you want to know what the distance is that you have run. Or you might want to know how far countries are from one another. These are the types of measurements we will be learning about in this video. The first unit of measurement we will look at is the smallest one, the millimeter. We use millimeters to measure the length of small things like a bug or how wide your pencil is. You find millimeter measurement on your ruler. It is the many small lines. Notice when I measure length that I start at the line marked with a 0, not where my ruler starts. And counting the small lines from 0 to the farthest end of my item will be its measurement in millimeters. In this case, this ladybug is 13 millimeters long. Centimeters are also used to measure fairly small things. However, millimeters are so small, 10 of them fit into 1 centimeter. In this case, I am measuring a medicine tablet. Once again, I measure from the 0 line to the farthest point. This tablet is 2 centimeters long. When I have many millimeters, I can change them into centimeters. For every 10 millimeters, it is 1 centimeter. And I can calculate it by dividing by 10 to get the centimeters. I divide every 10 millimeters by 10 to find a centimeter. So 10 millimeters gives me 1 centimeter. 20 millimeters is 2 centimeters. 100 millimeters is 10 centimeters. And 250 millimeters is 25 centimeters. Remember, when I divide by 10, I take away 1 0 on each side of the division symbol. I can also change centimeters back to millimeters, but this time I multiply with 10. I multiply because there are 10 small millimeters inside 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter times 10 will give me 10 millimeters. 3 centimeters is the same as 30 millimeters. 40 centimeters is 400 millimeters, and 58 centimeters is the same as 580 millimeters. Remember, multiplying with 10 adds a 0 at the end of your answer. Next, we can measure in meters. 1 meter is the same as 100 centimeters, and that's about the same distance as when you give one large step. We measure meters with quite a few different kinds of equipment. At the bottom, you can see a meter stick, which is like the large ruler your teacher uses on her chalkboard. We can also use a measuring tape or a trundle wheel. Now, a trundle wheel makes a clicking sound for every meter that the wheel turns. We can write how many meters we have by changing centimeters to meters. We divide the amount of centimeters by 100 because there are 100 centimeters in each centimeter. That means that 100 centimeters is the same as 1 meter. 400 centimeters is the same as 4 meters. 1000 centimeters is the same as 10 meters. And 3100 centimeters is the same as 31 meters. We can also write meters as centimeters, but this time I will multiply with 100 because centimeters are 100 times smaller than a meter. That means for every 100 centimeters, I only have 1 meter. So 1 meter times 100 gives me 100 centimeters. 5 meters is the same as 500 centimeters. 40 meters is the same as 4,000 centimeters. And 92 meters is the same as 9,200 centimeters. Our last unit of measurement is kilometers. This is a large distance. There are 1,000 meters in just 1 kilometer. Can you imagine making 1,000 large steps? How far you would have traveled? Because this is such a large distance, we use vehicles to measure kilometers. In the front of a car's steering wheel, you will find many lights and dials. The one that looks like this one indicates how fast the car is going using the speedometer. That is the arrow turning in a circular motion. However, the numbers clocking over at the bottom indicates how far the car has traveled in kilometers, and this is called the odometer. Now, every 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. So if I want to write a distance that I have in meters as kilometers, I have to divide by 1,000. See, every time I have a smaller unit that I convert to a bigger one, I divide. Meters are smaller than kilometers, so I divide. 1,000 meters divided by 1,000 is 1 kilometer. 7,000 meters is the same as 7 kilometers. 9,000 meters is the same as 9 kilometers. And 10,000 meters is 10 kilometers. When I want to change the smaller unit into the bigger one, from meters to kilometers, I multiply. In this case, 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. 6 kilometers is 6,000 meters. 8 kilometers is 8,000 meters. And 10 kilometers is 10,000 meters. Make sure to get your summary note to help you with the homework. Memo included so that you can check your work. Also, daily mental maths to keep your mind sharp with a memo. Until next time.